What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and listening to my never-ending rambles and rants about the state of affairs of this current dimension that we inhabit on this planet that we all collectively call planet Earth. So, thank you guys. I love you and I appreciate your appreciation of my videos. One family, one love, one heart. Oneness is the truth. And in this video, I want to talk about how to be an alpha male, a real man here, okay? From my perspective, from my idiotic perspective on this world. And the story goes like this. I was sitting in the bus yesterday, right? And the microdose was kicking in. And I was starting to get creative, right? And I'm heading over to the gym. And this is how I saw myself. I saw myself with my right hand, I have a sword. With my left hand, I have a flower. This is how I saw myself. And it occurred to me that this is how I am as Saeed in this world. I have a sword in my hand, and I have a flower in my other hand. And it kind of makes sense because if you look at just the way I am and this fucking yang energy and the fucking fitness and the training and even just like, this whole badass personality that I've created for myself. It's all bullshit, but hey, I've created this whole badass thing. That's the sword. That's the sword, and I'm always like encouraging people to question authority, and I'm always talking shit about like institutionalized religion and nationalism and all these things. So I'm somewhat of a rebel. It's as simple as that. Somewhat of a rebel, right? And it's the sword that's going on and just like fighting kind of thing. But then there's right here, and I'm just talking about myself here, right? So this right here, there's a flower, right? And this is my preferred weapon. It's the flower, right? And this is just love, unity, caring, inspiring other people, and spreading positive energy. And it's this flower. I don't want to have to use my sword, right? I love my sword. I want to have to use it only when necessary. It's this flower that I want to give as much of it to people, to you guys, this love, right? This caring, this just inspiration and happiness and joy and positive feelings. But what I think as a man, you need that sword. You need that sword. It's a tough world. This is a tough world, okay? This is not an easy world if you haven't opened your eyes to it. This is not an easy world. Earth is harsh. It's a harsh place to be in. I think, I always think that, there are many games in the universe. So, Earth is one game. It's just like playing, like, when I had a PS3, I had FIFA, I had Call of Duty, I had Crash Bandicoot, I had, what else? I didn't play that many games. What are the games that I have besides? Because I used to play mostly FIFA and Call of Duty. Okay, way back in the day, like on PS1 and PS2, I had like a shit ton of games, man. I had Tekken, Crash Bandicoot, Mortal Kombat, Sonic, like I had so many games, right? So I think in the same way, like Earth is one game, okay? Earth is one game, and then you have other games. And I think Earth is classified by everyone in the main lobby, which I think is what it is when we die, is like, oh, that's the hardcore adventure game. Oh shit, he's playing the Earth game. Oh man, you better watch out. It's not easy. It's hardcore shit. It's extreme adventure. I think it's not easy, right? Not an easy game. So you need that sword. You need to be strong. You need to be powerful. You need to, and this is, I think, what, a character that every man needs to have. Every man needs to have is strength, power. Like you say, This is me right here. I'm strong. I am going to take care of myself, and I'm going to take care of the people that I love. Strength. You see, being strong, being a provider. I think every man should have that character. Especially in this world, right? Maybe if you played other games, you don't need that sword with you, right? But right now you do. Right now you do. Look at the world. Look at the state it is in. We need fighters. We need warriors right now. We need warriors that have a flower on the other hand. Okay, this is the flower. Because if you have a sword but you have no flower to give people, you're just gonna be like this is the shadow side of the warrior, right? You're just gonna be you're gonna be like the mountain from Game of Thrones, right? Just a mindless fighter. You don't even know what you're fighting for, who you're fighting for. You're just fighting. And then you sort of have a taste, because fighting is fun. The act of fighting is fun. To have something to fight for, let's face it, that is fun. It's fun to fight, even physical fights. It's fun. It's fucking fun, okay? But if you don't have a flower to give people, if you don't have this flower and say, hey guys, this is love, this is my message, this is what I preach, then yeah, that sword is not gonna do you much. You might just become a fighter that loves to fight, but with no message, with no real value, without the truth of life, which is love, which is the flower. The flower is a metaphor for love. And I think that's what we need right now. I think we need, as men, one of the archetypes that I love to look at, and I love to kind of like say, okay, I'm going to try as much as I can to be like him. Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, right? I love Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is probably my favorite movie. Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie of all time. The whole trilogy, Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, The Return of the King, my favorite movies. Just amazing. And the messages in them, friendship, love, nature, right? I mean, the whole thing with the trees waking up and fighting Saruman and all of these guys is like, the writer, Tolkien, right? He displayed his love for nature in the movie. So he displayed a lot of amazing things. And so I think the Aragorn character is like sort of the perfect man almost, the perfect characters. Because, I mean, let's face it, nobody's perfect. And who the fuck wants to be anyway? Who the fuck wants to be ideal and perfect? I don't want to be. I don't want to be ideal, because it just takes the fun out of life. It takes the humor and the comedy out of life, right? I don't want. But Bruce Lee has this saying that success is just an ideal you strive for. It's not something you achieve. So I look at Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. He's strong. He's the strongest fighter, right? He's got the best sword. He's the king. He's the Return of the King, right? And he's got the best sword, and he's the best fighter, right? He's the best, and he can wield so much power. So he's the best fighter. He's strong. He's powerful. But on the other end of it, he's caring and gentle and loving. And he loves his people. And he cares for his people. And everything that he does is for his people. He has this saying, and I think it was in the last movie, The Return of the King. I give hope to men, I leave none for myself. Take that in. I give hope to men, I leave none for myself. What he was saying is, I actually don't know. I'm just trying to give inspiration and hope, but I don't even know if I have it, but I'm giving it anyway. It's really crazy. So he cares for his people. He loves his people. He loves his woman. What was her name? Erwin? I think Erwin is beautiful. Liv Tyler was the actress. My God, she's beautiful, gorgeous. He loves his woman. He loves his people. He really genuinely cares. And if you saw in the first movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, when Boromir is spoiler alert, when Boromir is dying, Aragorn comes to him and they talk about their people, and Boromir is like, don't let our people fall. And Aragorn looks at him, he's like, I do not know what strength in me, but I swear to you, I will not let the White City fall. It's like he really cares about his people. And this is the flower. This is the love. This is the caring. This is the tenderness. This is the gentleness. This is the inspiration. This is the love, the positivity, the joy, the connection, the community, the flower that you want to give to the people around you, to the world around you. Without that flower, that sword, it can be fun to use, it can be fun to fight, but if you have nothing to fight for, it can turn very quickly into darkness, into the shadow side of the warrior. So I think that's what a real man is. I think that's what a real masculine, alpha leadership type man is. It's this balanced, delicate mixture of the flower and the sword. And the sword represents, there's the 4 archetypes: warrior, king, magician, lover. The sword is the magician and warrior side of you, the one fighting but also trying to master the skills of the world. The flower is the lover side that loves people and loves nature and loves all living beings. And the king side of you. And the king side of you is the one that cares for your people, that cares for something greater than you, cares for the common good and the well-being of all living things and the people, human beings. And really, that's oneness. That's unity. We're all one. We're all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we're the manifestation of ourselves. This is Bill Hicks. But, we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. Meaning when you decide to be kingly and care for your people and give them the flowers and the love, you're giving yourself love because that's you experiencing you in a different subjective way. It's a mind fuck. Life is a mind fuck. But really, it's that oneness. And once we come to realize the oneness, then that flower is going to become everything you fight for. Because you realize this is the truth. This is what it is. This is the truth of life. This is the ultimate truth. We're all one. We're all the same. We're all made of this divine, loving energy. And that's the true essence of every single living being. Once we all come to collectively realize that, then we will all have flowers to give. And perhaps at some point in time, not anytime soon, but at some point in time, we will not need to use the sword anymore. But right now we do. But maybe sometime in the future when we establish heaven on earth, once we establish heaven on earth, then we will not need to use that sword anymore. But until then, shield your sword and get ready because you gotta fight. This is not easy. This is a hardcore adventure game. We're trying to establish heaven on earth before we get the fuck out of it and go and play other games. Until then, keep that sword, but make sure you keep that flower even closer. That's it. I love you guys. I love every single one of you. You're all amazing, wonderful beings. Thank you for watching. And as always, don't forget to subscribe or you're going to sleep with the fishes.